up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Pack Shed, Ep 28, one-on-ones. Today, me and Cody.
Hey, nice to meet you.
All right, that's it. Cut it off.
No,
Like and subscribe.
we're done here.
Nah, we'll have a few things to talk about. Very, very little things. Not much that we really have in common at the moment. That we could also like kind of criticize each other with, or like movies and all that.
Yeah, I don't really know you.
That hurts. But I mean, right now though, Cody says that there's a situation going on with Chris Brown. So I don't know about that. So I definitely like to hear about that right now. And if you want to just take it away, Cody.
All I know, actually, we talk about like the whole new background. So
Oh yeah.
we kind of down. Don't know if you guys knew, but kind of out of a job.
All right, job loss. Good way to start. So this is Cody's new home.
Yeah,
After he lost his job immediately, this is all he could.
yeah, it's
Afford.
We no longer have the $1 million mansion. So
Everything's falling apart, as you can see,
we're here
literally.
in this little ghosty, spooky area. You know what I mean? It kind of looks like that. It's like an I Spy game we used to play. It's called I Spy Spooky Mansion.
No
Fire.
idea what that is.
It was fire. Let me tell you, it was fire. Nah, it was just like I had played it on the Wii. Honestly, it was really cool for. It's like a regular fucking I Spy game.
It's a
like,
Wii game.
It's a Wii game.
Okay, that's why I didn't know. Go
It's so good that I re-got it on my computer.
ahead.
Just to play like every now and then. Nostalgia feeling. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about Chris Brown. Yeah, I actually did lose my
Nah, yeah.
I
Okay.
lost my job, but that's alright. Shit happens, right? Like, well, we'll go into depth of that. But so the Chris Brown thing, my girlfriend told me this. I didn't really know what was going on Twitter, so shit, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So apparently, he was mad that people canceled him,
Mhm.
but they didn't cancel other white people that also went through domestic abuse, or like the abusers, that they didn't cancel the white people who were abusing. And like, it's weird that he solely targeted like white people, but also the comments were like,
Wait, like he did the abuse?
I mean, yeah, he hit Rihanna.
Okay, and then he got canceled for that.
He got
And
canceled a long time
there's
ago.
supposedly white people that haven't been canceled for the abuse that they've done. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And so now he lashed out online on Twitter, and
Never a good idea.
never a good idea, because people started throwing a lot of his charges from like any time he had it, because he had a lot of charges apparently.
Mhm.
So they were like 19 assault charge, like 26 another charge, like they were just dropping those in the comments, and it's just like he kind of deserved it. I mean, like, what, you can't just be mad and just say like other people deserve it too when you did like a lot of bad shit. You, like, come on, I feel like it doesn't make sense to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all she told me. She was like a brief, like, I don't have Twitter, so I can't really go into depth with that.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
you
it's
think of that though?
crazy.
Like of him like pointing out like the domestic abuse of like white people. Like,
I mean, that's like, to bring the race is dumb. I mean, it's just
It was just like, you could have said any.
I mean, it's already the fact
anybody.
that he has done the abuse. Like, why would he just try to get it to where it's like other, like, why is he trying to bring in other people's abuses into it? Like, why does he have to be like, oh, this guy did this too? Like, why isn't he charged? Like, nah, worry about yourself right now. You're the one that actually did the shit, like, he's in big trouble.
He dug his own fucking grave.
I mean, apparently, like you said, people are bringing up all other charges he had, so he's already, like, I guess a lot. I mean, I don't really know too much about Chris Brown. I totally forgot that dude existed. I'll be honest.
His music's
I don't listen to his music.
His music's good. I'm not gonna lie, but he's still a bitch.
I mean, like, there's a, I don't know, popular people. There's a lot of them that are going through some shit right now that you wouldn't have expected from them, and it's just crazy. And then you got like I forgot their names. something like Blueface or something like that.
Yeah, it's Blueface.
Blueface and his girl. I forgot her name.
That motherfucker's always got like. I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of charges on him. Like, I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of, just like anything on him about like hitting other women. Like, I'm pretty sure there's.
Probably.
I could be wrong though. I could be wrong, but I heard he was an asshole, so I don't know.
I sure hope I'm saying that right though. Is it Blueface?
It's
with
Blueface.
But with the girl
Blueface,
that they're, but it's the girl that he's with. I forgot her name, but she used to be like an athlete.
I don't know her name, honestly.
But she used to be an athlete. Like, is that? Are you thinking of the same girl?
I have no clue who his girl is.
I don't know. Some abuse going on, and apparently now this couple I'm speaking of. I don't know if it's Blueface and this girl or someone else, but.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Krayshawn?
Chris Sean.
Chris Shawn?
Yeah.
Chris Shawn?
Well, apparently they have a really toxic relationship and they constantly abuse each other, and that's just like it's apparently not like an entertainment thing, and they're gonna have like a whole reality show around it. So I mean, like a bunch of charges going on with that. I would assume so. I don't think that guy would just get off scot-free from doing that. But I mean, it's back and forth. So popular people do a lot of shit. Of course, either I don't know I don't know if nowadays if people were to pull in the race card, they'd probably be like, "Oh, that's true. We need to get those white people and probably let Chris Brown go or something." They'd probably do that. I don't know. There's a lot of people that would be pretty much protected just by the color of their skin, or by their sexuality or their identification. So there's all that going on. So I don't know.
What do you think about like people who like cultural appreciation? Like, have you seen those videos of those people who dress on purpose like
Like a Mexican,
like
Mexican Indian, and then you got the
people who just stop them and be like
they're
that's
not
horrible.
and they're not even of the culture.
They're not like they're not that race. They're not
Yeah.
like they don't know anything about it. They're just like, oh, you're fucking racist. Like, and then they just go to another area and be like, yeah, your fucking costume's cool. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they
badass.
actually go to the actual culture.
Like, what? Like, I just don't understand those people. Like, you're appreciating somebody's culture. It's not, and especially if you go to said place, and they're enjoying your presence. Like, they like that you, like, are appreciating their culture. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way for us to really come together. But because of this whole thing, where, like I don't know if y'all have noticed, but stuff has definitely gotten more divided.
Yeah.
In United States, so everything's just now we're becoming more separate. We're basically going like multiple steps back now, and we're not even like coming together. And then because we already had like the political parties with the Republicans, Democrats. Now we're actually going on based off of skins and everything. People are separating off of that. You got schools separating based off of skins. Like you got the minorities and you got the whites. Like it's kind of just slowly starting to come back.
Yeah.
But except now it's like maybe the whites are the ones that are kind of being oppressed now, just so they could try to give a taste of what they had went through to the the oppressor.
I feel like like that's kind of what it's turning into. Like it's just like why like we're supposed to be like just trying to be all together, just just trying to be like everybody's just trying to be cool with each other. Like I just want people to like I just want that to happen for a lot of people, and it just people just they don't want to do it. They just hate the fucking race, or they just think something's wrong like deep down. It's just like
there are some cases where that could happen to some people.
Yeah.
And there are definitely a lot of people nowadays that are just making that their character, where they just went through that trauma or something. And they're like, yeah, everyone's all this. This is how I am because of this. Like they don't really try to. They get that victim mentality.
Yeah.
Which is what people have been calling it nowadays. They get that victim mentality, and apparently you get glorified for being a victim. So it's weird. And you got like stuff blowing up and derailments, and there could be a conspiracy around that too, being like, because what was it supposed to be like the Democrat side of things or the libertarian media where they're not talking about it and all that. Like it's just everything is just more divided than it should be.
Yeah.
We're not really. I don't think we're gonna be able to ever become United States. We'll probably even somewhere along somewhere we're probably gonna just separate completely.
Yeah.
So we're gonna become something else. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, there was, but okay. Well, when I lost my job, like we had like team leads, and our team lead was talking about like he was very religious,
Mm-hmm.
and he would talk about like things like so crazily in depth. Like it was just like what he was saying was just like, what the fuck? Like this shit is like you would think like it's crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't know, like I'm not gonna like believe it. Yeah, that's just me. Like I like we were the ones who were just like we don't really believe in God, but it like just hearing it was just like damn, like this shit is like really crazy. Like apparently, one of the things he said was, later in the future we start getting these like chips implanted in us,
Mm-hmm.
and he said not to because it's apparently the mark of the beast, and so when the apocalypse happens and everybody gets like raptured and stuff, the Antichrist will come, and I think he said kill everybody who has the mark of the beast, something like that. It was really crazy.
But how would they know they have the mark of the beast if it is the chip like outside or inside?
It's like inside. It's like something they apparently he says like it's something they like inject you with. I
How
was
would they know
like-
that?
That's why I was like, it's crazy. Like I wish I could explain like a really like a full in-depth story, but he will go on for like hours.
I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I don't really believe in religion. I mean, you can believe in religion for many things, just to try to better your person. I think I'm already good where I'm at. I think I have pretty good morals.
Yeah, like,
I don't think I really need religion to help me out with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like I don't know. I feel like if you were to take religion a bit too seriously, it would definitely have a weird turn for your person as a whole. I feel like religion in some way would probably completely take over your life if you don't control it right.
Yeah, there's also some people's like last resort.
Yeah. I mean, apparently in jail, people learn God over there.
Yeah.
That's most of the reasons why some of them are just let out and they're a completely different person.
It's just like
So, I mean, in some cases it could be good. To me, though, I'm not going to mess with it at all.
no, I'm not touching that. Like
Okay, because one of the things was my parents, I guess they thought they weren't good people.
mhm.
The only reason why I say that is because when they said it barely lasted like 2 weeks. I think we only did it twice.
Mhm.
Where he went to church
Mhm.
on Sundays, only twice. But before that, he was like, "We're gonna do this every weekend. So like that we can become better people." And I was like, well, at the time I didn't really care for it, and I was just always mad every time I was going there. I had a brooding face
She was just like
going in, and I would just eat the
Fucking
bread. I'd be like, you know, be like, give me that, whatever.
pack this shit up. It's my guy.
I don't know. I like because that wasn't my thing, and just now that I'm thinking back on it, just the fact that they thought that they were bad people just because they didn't have a religion or something,
Yeah.
or like,
Is that really what it was? They just didn't have something to believe in.
well, see, I don't really know what it was, but it's the fact that he was like, we need to go do this religion. We're gonna become Christians so like that we can become better people. And I was like, you don't really have to do religion to become a better person. Like I never really told them that at the time. But now that I'm like going back and thinking about it, I was like, yeah, that's interesting that they like thought
Yeah.
that they were just bad people because of that. Like,
How do you think that? Like, just because you don't have a religion, like I feel like you don't have to be religious to be a good person, because you could still be a shitty person and religious. Like
yeah,
it happens all the fucking time. Funny enough, I used to go to
and I
Sunday
mean, in some ways, religion could somehow turn into a cult
school. Yeah, like
because there's that, of course, bad religion. You know.
dude, like one time I used to have a friend, and he was very, very religious, and he invited me to go to his church one time, and it just felt like a cult. Like it wasn't, but you get that feeling like I'm in danger. I
crazy.
felt in danger at that moment
Yeah.
when people were crying, the pastor's screaming. I was just like what the fuck is going on?
I think the reason why is just because you just feel definitely out of place Like all those people have just been. That's what they
Well,
learned through
It's because
time.
I've been through that. Like I've been to church for a long time as a kid, and I went to Sunday school, like, well, every Sunday obviously, and just it never like it sucked me for a little bit, but I was just like praying didn't feel like it was working. Trying to wait for an answer from him when I really needed it the most was never there. So it's just like, why should I believe him if he's not gonna listen? At least listen or say something back. Like, it just, those people who just like, I heard God, I heard Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
yeah. There was one I saw where someone was talking about how like they never really believed in it, but they tried it, and they got on their knees and they started praying, and it was something about like they had to truly like accept what they were going through or something like that. And supposedly by the time he actually found out what the problem was and he started to let it out and he started to tell God, supposedly he said he started crying and he heard God tell him that he forgives him and all that. And so I'm like, that's very interesting.
Like, I feel like it's one of those moments where people just, like, it's, how do I say this? It's like, you get so into it, and it's like kind of like a near death situation where it's like something you want to see, something you had been hoping to see, and it just like it plays in your head because you wanted it to be there, but it's not true. Have you heard of that?
I mean, the only I'm very scientific on that, so I would just say that that's just basically like how you're saying, like it's something that you really want, that like maybe your mind just plays tricks on you.
They're hallucinating, like themselves. Yeah. They're tricking themselves into it.
Like that's all I really think it is too, because I don't, like I said, I'm not really much of a believer on much. I just believe in science that we're actually able to prove on certain things. So it's very hard for us to prove about this whole all these religions. It's very hard to prove on it. I mean, you got stuff that's in the past that they've written about, but I mean, none of us could go back to the past to really find out for ourselves.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'll never believe in it.
Like, disclaimer, if I should have fucking said this in the beginning before we did this. If you're religious, good for you. You have something to believe in, and yourself, whatever. That's fine. Good for you. But do not put me on that shit. Don't ever put me on that shit. Like, yeah. It's not worth trying.
Yeah, I don't. What?
No, absolutely not.
I don't mind people and their religion. They could do it. It's their beliefs.
Right, like
I have my beliefs, as long as nobody tries to force their beliefs onto mine.
I hate that. Fine. Like, just don't force it on me. Like, you go ahead. Like, I don't care if people do it. Like, it's just for me. It didn't work for me. But if you want to do it, sure. Just don't force it on me, because I'm gonna hate you as a person if you fucking push it on people. Like, if people don't want it, they don't want it. Like, you don't have to be like, you'll come to Jesus someday. Like, bitch, the fuck? Hell nah. Believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
I had to. Because who else would?
How do you feel about that?
Some real shit.
Oh, yeah, religion, division, prosperity. No, I don't know. I was trying to forget about what I said there.
So, like, I guess people, you could shift, like, paranormal stuff into that. Like, the Holy Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And how there's people who actually see ghosts and shit. And sometimes they try to, like, connect it, be like, oh my God, like, this is Jesus or this is the devil. Like, so, I don't know. But, like, me, I believe in ghosts. Like, I feel like, and I feel like it's dumb, because it's like, people could be like, oh, I mean, if you believe in ghosts, then it should be like a heaven and hell. Then, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, but I feel like I've seen some shit, like, that just doesn't make sense. That doesn't feel like scientifically provable.
Mm-hmm.
That's and I'm gonna stick by that, because like there's no like just thinking about the moments in my head, it's just like, how the fuck was that? There's no possibility of like something actually like proving that it was something like not just like it was a fucking something. It was just like
Yeah.
apparition or anything.
You know, I guess I could see why it would be like what if you believe in that, why don't you believe in the like heaven or hell?
Right.
I mean, in one way, it could be like they could argue that that's a spirit from a person that's obviously they weren't able to pass through either dimension.
That's
Or
another thing, yeah.
I wouldn't say dimension. I don't know what you would call it, but they could say that like those places do exist if you do have a ghost, because obviously that ghost wouldn't be able to pass through.
Yeah.
Or like, damn, I had the other thing in my head and I already forgot about it. Cause ghosts, I too am not really a big believer on ghosts. I feel like there's always just some kind of either some kind of convenience or something, where something just falls out of nowhere. I don't really think that would be paranormal. I mean, unless like
You never had like an actual like experience.
I never had a real experience, mainly because when I was a kid, there was this one time I thought I saw something, especially since my grandma, she's religious, and so I don't know how old I was, but I was I was really young. I was living with my grandma. It was in the summertime, right? And I don't remember how I came to see it. I mean, I know it was in my room that I was spending a night in their house. And I had just walked by and real quick, my room was dark, completely dark. I don't really have any other lights. I have only one light, no windows or anything. It's just all walls, so it gets really dark. Light was off, the door was open. I had looked real quick, and I saw like a person standing there, right? And I was a kid, so I really did get scared. I genuinely got scared, and I ran to my grandma, and I told her there's somebody in my room.
Mm-hmm.
But then we had gone and checked, and then they turned on the light, and there was nobody there. But then when we turned on the light, it was like jackets were hanging there and stuff.
Oh, you turned it off.
Like it was just the jackets that somehow made a person look like that. But to me at the time, until like maybe a few days later, I looked at it again. But at the time, I was still like, no, there's somebody there. And my grandma she started like kind of blessing me in a way. She did that evil eye thing with like an egg.
Oh,
and a broom, broom hair. And it made an evil eye, like it actually did make an evil eye. And she was like, someone's watching you, and I was like, I was actually like kind of scared.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was able to, I guess, tell myself and prove that it wasn't really a person. Like I actually did like mess with it. I turned off the light. I looked at it again, and there was just a bit of light that was in a way making it look like it was a face, and then the jacket was looking like a body. And so I was like not scared of it anymore after that. That evil eye thing was pretty crazy though, that it actually did make an eye. But I still don't really believe in that.
See, like, just some Mexican shit, bro. Like, like that shit is crazy. Like, all these things that I hear about it, like, you can, like, do this to ward off evil spirits or, like, whatever. It's just like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. Like, why is this passed down for generations? Like, the fucking La Llorona. That's a crazy one.
Which one's that one? Isn't that like an hour or something?
No,
No?
What is that?
Or
I was not a chupacabra. What the La Chusa, yeah. That's yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
La Chusa, I used to hear that a lot as a kid, but
Llorona's the one that cried for
her kids. Because she drowned them.
Yeah.
You not heard that story?
I mean, obviously I have, but
Oh.
I can't really differentiate. Wasn't there one that was like a goat lady or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking of something else.
I think I'm just coming up with shit. No. See, this is how religion starts. Nah.
Starts to wonder.
I had some pretty crazy ones. So, as a kid, most of them were in my house. I had one in Garner,
Mhm.
but the few in my house, these were like throughout the years. It wasn't like, even like a little before I stopped living in that house, one still happened. There was one time I was sitting in the living room, and you could see like the hallway from my living room like to all of our rooms in the back.
Mhm.
It was like the living room, the kitchen, and then the hallway in the back.
Mhm.
And all the lights were off, but only the living room. But the shine shone into the fucking hallways, and fucking, I was just by myself. I was chilling. I was playing fucking Pokemon, and this fucking, I would just like peek over there every now and then, and I see a fucking shadow figure walk by.
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I was just like, what? Like, what the fuck was that? Like, I don't understand what that was because nobody was home.
Mm.
Nothing fell over. Like, how do I explain that? Nothing changed back there. So that's why I was like, what the fuck was that? You know? Another one was, I woke up and, okay, in my old room, it was kind of like yours, how you said it was like all dark.
Mm-hmm.
I had a window, but the windows were like painted black, so it was always like dark as fuck in there. But I woke up in the middle of the night one day, and I didn't have a door, by the way, so I could see
didn't
the
have
hallway.
a door too. High five.
What?
I didn't have a door either. Okay.
No, yeah. So I didn't have a door either, and the fucking hallway was dark as fuck in the middle of the night,
Mm-hmm.
and I see somebody pass by, and it doesn't look like anybody in the house that I was living in.
My question is though, how dark was the figure? Cause was the whole area dark, or it was like light and just a dark ass figure?
There was like a little light, but it was like dark figure. Like you
Could-
could not like see any form of like light on it.
Yeah, cause there's some videos I see where I think all the videos are fake of like the horror interactions and everything.
Yeah.
But there's times where like there's a really dark figure there that's darker than dark itself.
Yeah, like
So that
that's
you
what
could
it looked
actually-
like.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
If that's what you saw, cause that's
I was just like,
weird.
I just went back to sleep. I was like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to investigate. I don't want to look at it. Another one was, I was watching King of the Hill. And
Bobby.
I was laughing because I don't remember what happened. It was fucking. Oh, you know what? It was Pocket Sand.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Pocket Sand came out, and then, I had like my bed, and then there was the TV, and then I had like a box fan like fanning me,
Mhm.
and I don't know how, but it sounded like a fucking lion roar from behind my box fan.
This is the fan.
Dude, I thought it was the fan,
It was the fan.
but like, dude, I freaked out. I sat there for a minute. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what was that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, maybe it was something. Maybe something went in the fan and hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And I go after like a couple of minutes and check it, and I don't have anything behind the fan. Nothing hit it. Nothing was in the fan. It's just like I don't know how to explain that. Like that was just like, to me that's unexplainable. I don't have anything there. Nothing was there. Nothing was blocking it. Nothing was in the fan. Nothing came out from the fan when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
That was just weird. I think the last one I had in the house was when I was going to the restroom. Like I just started walking, and the fucking doorknob just started jittering like crazy, fucking hard. And I was like, maybe it was somebody just fucking messing with me. So I grabbed it and I opened it, and the light's off. Nobody's in there. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what was jittering the fucking doorknob? You know, like it's just shit like that. It's just like, how do you explain that? Because it wasn't like, you know, like little, like it was just like
Yeah.
crazy. And then my one at Garner, I was with my uncle and my cousin, and we were walking. It was late at night.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's pitch black. We're walking back to the campsite, and we hear like a second set of footsteps behind us, and we didn't realize it at first, and then we just like stopped and like, hold on, like just turn around, because like who's behind us, right? And we look and we see the leaves literally like crunching and moving behind us, and it took like 3 steps and stopped, and we're just like, what the fuck was that? Like there was nothing in the leaves. It just like crunch, and they were like moving like footprints.
Mhm.
So it's just like, what the fuck? Like I don't know how to explain that. Like
Just has to be the wind. No, nah. See, as much as I still don't believe it, I really do hope that I can experience something like that.
Like it's crazy shit, and I can't explain it. Like I would like think about like what could it have possibly been, and I can't find a solution for what the fuck those things were.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be a believer. Yeah.
We can't talk anymore. No.
Fuck you. I hope the ghosts come and get you.
I hope so too. So I can believe.
After we're done with the recording.
Nah, I mean that's just crazy though. I again, I'm still not even a believer. Even after hearing that, I can't really believe it. So, especially since I haven't experienced it. Definitely, there are things that when I do experience it, I'll probably become a believer of it. You know, you got to prove me wrong, as that's how I am.
I just feel like you got to experience it on your own.
I do.
Garner's pretty good for that though.
I do really want something to happen to me. Not like rowdy as fuck where I could possibly die. But I want to experience something like that so that I could actually like, see what it's like and actually know that it's there.
Yeah, like looking back, it was scary as fuck. But like now it's just like, it's really cool because I had that shit happen. Like
I'll be like, hit me. No. No.
Fucking ghost. Right. Fucking. Oh, I didn't even talk about my actual job last.
Yeah. Yeah, we should talk about that real quick.
So I don't know if Jose like covered anything, did he?
No, like I said, he just said how he kept talking about it and now he lost it.
Yeah, he didn't really say about how he lost it. He just said that he was out of it. Things happened.
So, I mean, like, no. The fuck? That's weird. So, like, sorry, I'm like blanking. Like it was a good job.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was solid. All we were doing was just going to talk to people. We were walking all day and just talking to strangers, trying to convince them about solar and how beneficial it is. I mean, it is pretty fucking beneficial. Get solar.
You're not even proud of it anymore. You're still promoting.
So over the time, we actually like obviously the company made money off of contracts, and instead of what we were doing for a long time was just setting appointments, because that's pretty much all we were asked to do, not go contract. And I mean that was our Christmas bonus too, because it was like 10 appointments per week, get you an extra 200. So it was like nice, 700 fucking checks each week. Like that was nice, but. Then, when they changed the pay structure, they made it sound good, where it's like you would apparently make thousands off of one contract, which is true. It was true. You can make like a couple, like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, like just off of just talking to somebody. Like it was solid. So there were a lot of downsides to that, though, because contracts were inevitably hard to get, especially here because, like, I believe we were like one of the biggest cities to have solar in. So a lot of people already hated the fucking idea here, and yeah, it was hard to convince a lot of people to go solar. It would
so wait, they hate the idea of going solar?
Yeah, just because. It was popular here. People just like, oh, I fucking hate it. Like, I don't know anything about it, but I fucking hate it. Something like that. Or they would be curious because their neighbors went solar and they're just shy about it. And, or I mean, even a lot of people had a lot of bad experiences with it. So they also turned people to just be like, no, I don't want it. I heard my neighbor went through this and that. And truth is, they went through a shitty company. Or, I mean, shit did change with solar past couple months, but they changed to where we get a couple thousand, but what we didn't know was we were no longer getting our base pay of 500 per week, which really fucking blows. Like,
so you had to get contracts.
We had to get contracts to make money, and not only that, but if we don't get like the full contract money until the panels go up. And apparently in Houston that would only happen for like a couple days, maybe a week, I think, something like that. For here, that could take up to like a month or two.
So you wouldn't even get paid for a month.
So we would only get like we would get 1,000 from the contract, but we wouldn't get the rest of the money until the panels were up, because like, they're obviously there to stay. So it was just hard having a loss of the 500, and we just like, oh, I mean, we'll try it. We'll see if we can get a contract, because at least we'll get the 1,000. And we just couldn't. Like, it was just like people, like, we would get appointments. People seemed interested, and they seemed like solid appointments, but they just somehow didn't show up, or fucking credit fail was a big thing, but a lot of stupid shit. And we were just like, man, we can't really do this. Like, we can't fucking stay here. And we were planning to leave because we needed another job. Like, we can't. Oh, sorry. There's like one more thing. So apparently, it even took a while to get the money, because they had to go scope out like the house to do it. So like, one of our managers, they got an appointment, or they got a contract in December, didn't get the money till early February. Like, what the fuck? Like 2 months. I'm not just for the first part, not even like the whole fucking thing. Like I said earlier. So yeah, we couldn't do it. And I mean, hey, it was a good company, and it was solid, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna risk that. Like, especially because I don't have any fucking money, and I can't go off of like scraps and just fucking stay there for nothing, pretty much. So we were gonna quit, but they actually kicked out like all of us. So they actually terminated pretty much everybody there in a San Antonio company, because we didn't get any contracts. So it's like, whatever. Like, I didn't really care. I mean, I'm pretty sure it hit Jose harder because he needed the money more than I did. But I'm just gonna look for something else, and I hope Safe Flight, if you're watching, hire me. Nah, that Safe Flight looked pretty good though.
What is Safe Flight? I don't even know what that is.
So it's basically like the thing like that I saw that was more of is like the windshield repairs. Yeah, it's that.
Oh, it's that.
It's like $19.50
an hour. It's not bad.
Yeah, so it's pretty solid. I was like, God
Really
damn.
good.
And you're just working off a schedule. You have your own car. Just go out to fucking people and just fix their fucking windshields. Like,
But you don't have a car.
you get your own company car.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh man, it's like, fuck, I could do that. Like, I don't see why not.
But how are you gonna get over there?
Ride a bike. Well, yeah. So, lost a job, lost a studio. Now we're here. But I mean, that's pretty much all I got.
All right. Well,
This will just fucking wrap it up.
yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Talked about what? 3 things?
Yeah.
But we
Sucks.
kept that dragging for a while.
We suck.
So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed me and Cody today, one-on-ones. I don't know who will be next for the next one-on-ones, but this is what it's going to be like for a bit. Hope y'all enjoy this little, I'm just saying the same thing.
This little segment. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know. Come on.
Subscribe, like, hopefully y'all share it to others.
Share us.
Well, we deeply
We're
appreciate
gonna be
it.
up. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
I'm gonna be living with this guy. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. This was episode 28. 28. And we'll be seeing y'all guys in the next one. Y'all take care.